Hi folks, Milan Nevajda here with Permit Sonoma's Planning Division, giving you a recap of the July 23rd Board of Supervisors Meeting. The department brought forward a project in downtown Geyserville. It's a mixed-use development proposal that had been through the Planning Commission back in April of this year. The board was considering approving the project as well as the zone change that was coming with the project. So this is a former gas station site that was closed down in 1999 and went through a period of a little more than 10 years of clearing the site and getting it to its condition today, which is essentially a vacant lot in downtown Geyserville at the intersection of Geyserville Ave and Highway 128. The project is a mixed-use development. It's 3 retail spaces on the ground floor and 2 mirrored residential spaces on the upstairs second floor, about 670 square feet each, with on-site parking for 6 spaces, including an accessible parking space, and then 3 on-street parking spaces available to the public. The project includes that zone change, moving from a C3 zoning designation, which is a kind of generalized commercial use that doesn't enable a mixed-use project to come in, and moving it over into a C2 zoning, which would allow consideration of that mixed-use program. So the project went through Planning Commission with full support. They voted to recommend board approval on a 5-0 vote for the project. Some of the interesting nuances on this particular site is a small site, a relatively small project, and so balancing the parking needs was one of the questions, and they managed to do that with both the on-site spaces and the spaces on the street. There were some questions about making sure that there was safe access to the site and safe exit to the site, and so we included some conditions around striping and setting off those access points from existing development. The project had been through design review well before it came to Planning Commission, and there was discussions about what would be needed in order to make the architecture of the site blend well with the downtown Geyserville feel, which is largely a 1- and 2-story type development profile. A lot of retail and commercial space on the ground floor and office or residential space above. And so this project fit in nicely with that. Ultimately, the board followed staff's recommendation and the Planning Commission recommendation and voted to approve the project 5-0 and allowed the zone change in order to enable that mixed-use development. So the applicant now has entitlements in hand and will be moving on to preparing the building permit submittal with all the engineered documents to build the structure and get moving. So we're excited about this one. I think the board and Planning Commission felt it was an excellent fit in an infill environment to bring in both residential and employment opportunities to downtown Geyserville.